I'll answer questions. No questions? He was huge. He was not only a great offensive player in the first quarter, but his defense, I think we put him on Marbury because we just felt we wanted more pressure. We wanted more minutes of pressure. And he was fantastic. He did a great job. And I thought he was huge. And, Gary was fantastic. But I thought everybody showed their heart that I'm proud of them to show. And now, we got a big game on Saturday. We've also gone back home 2-2 once and lost a game, so we have a lot of memories in Seattle that we can always focus back on and persevere through. But it was. I thought I must give Minnesota credit. I thought they fought hard, hung around. I think every game they're going to realize they're pretty damn good. So it won't be an easy game on Saturday. Our team's going to have to get its rest and. Maybe make a couple more adjustments and tune up and go to battle on Saturday afternoon, maybe Saturday night.
Coach, you need to fix a lot of things after the last game. What was the biggest difference?
The two things in my mind are we play defense like we should, and we pass the basketball. And I even think we can shoot the ball better. We shot the ball better than we did, but I still think we can shoot the ball better. I think right now we're winning without knocking down shots that we've knocked down all year long. But tonight I was really happy with our defense and the aggressiveness. I think that was initiated a lot by Hawk. And the passing of the basketball. We had 27 assists in a playoff game, which is prime time.
Did you guys feed off the energy of some of the flashes?
The energy? No, we fed off of our backs against the wall. It's not a fun 2 days in Minnesota, even though we had wonderful weather and it seems to be a wonderful city. But it didn't feel very good a lot of the time we were here.
Take Marbury out of it more by to cut off.
Yeah, we play some things differently than we have. And, again, they'll make some adjustments to what we did. We'll have to make some adjustments. We may change up. But, basically both teams know each other pretty well. And in 5 games, that's where the home court's a big advantage. There's going to be a lot of noise. Our building, tonight's building was big, but in our building you can feel the noise, and it's a real energy that's real unbelievable, and we need our fans behind us, and it'll be good to go home.
It looked like you had Gary Ball half court last season. Did that Gary beat Gary, or did you assist on it, or what?
Basically, we wanted Gary to start the double teams and then Vin to be on the weak side post up. That's kind of what the adjustment that we kind of made. No, I kind of like Gary with the ball, yeah. I wasn't going to go away from him very much. I changed who was picking him, but he was going to have the ball most of the time.
It sounded the last couple of days like you spent most of the last couple of days challenging the manner of your plays, the way they play defense. Well, we saw it several times. It sounds like you think they responded.
Called him a lot of things, but.
It sounds like you think they responded pretty well to that.
I have a lot of affection for this basketball team because I think we've played probably as a basketball team, probably the best team I've ever coached in the NBA, and we have our weaknesses, and we got to keep focused on them, and if we do, I think we can win on Saturday. I think our team right now has kind of finally got into the playoff seriousness that they probably should have been in every game. And right now, I think we're ready.
Thank you, Coach.
You're welcome.
Hersey got him off to a great start. Hit some big shots, got him off early. We didn't play as sharp, I don't think, defensively. We had some mental breakdowns and in rotations. We had some opportunities as far as coming back and couldn't make the big play. We kept on trying, and they tried to put us away a few times. They had us on the verge, and we did keep on fighting back. So as I told our guys in the locker room, for us it's a learning experience. To learn how to try to close out a good basketball team, and we didn't do some things that we maybe needed to do. We played hard. But like I said, we just didn't do some things, more defensively. Offensively, we didn't move the basketball how we had. We had some mismatches, and we seemed to slow it down instead of keeping advancing the basketball and pushing it. And tonight they had 18 fast break points to our 6. And when you're playing a smaller lineup, you're hoping that that's not going to happen too much.
Coach, how much of you're not hitting the big shot was your shots just not falling versus what they were doing differently?
Well, they did some things, differently. We got to the basket. We had a lot of offensive fouls, at the basket, and anytime teams, you miss some shots, the defense has something to do with it. But I mean, for the game, we had some good looks and we made some shots. We just didn't. We had an opportunity. We got up 3 to maybe hit a couple shots to try to really gain control of the game, and we never gained control. And so, and we missed some easy ones. We missed some going to the basket. I think some of the times our guys will learn a little bit. In the playoffs, it's a little bit different. When you go to the basket, you're not going to get some calls that you might get in a regular season. And we went to the basket with the idea, I think, that we thought we were going to get a call. We didn't get it, and we shot an off-balance shot, and they're off to the races the other way.
You would assume that Payton is a quicker guard than Hawkins, yet Marbury still had trouble penetrating tonight with Hawkins on it.
Well, Hawkins is, they're different. Gary gets more up on you. Hersey plays more position, laid back, off. Stefan a little bit. Stefan got into the paint a lot. He got in the paint probably more, as much, he had 5 assists the first half, a lot of those was off penetration, and then, he got in the paint some, but, he had a couple offensive fouls and missed a couple shots, in the paint as far as throwing some up. So, Hersey he did a nice job on him, and I think as much as anything, I think initially Payton, helped them a little bit playing off the ball, as far as giving a little bit more defensive pressure off the ball, and I think that's what they were looking to do, to have someone help when Stefan did penetrate.
How tough is it going to be for you guys to go out to Seattle and try and beat the full row out there?
Well, it's going to be as tough as it was tonight. It's going to be hard, but it's something that we can do. We've won 2 of the last 3 times that we played there, so it's not where we're uncomfortable. They're a good basketball team. Like I said, whoever wins the series is going to be tested for the next round, and whether it's us or whether it's Seattle. I think that what you have to do, you have to look at what is a negative and maybe make it a positive. It's initially going to be tough out there, but after we lost the first game, I said it was very important the first few minutes of the second game to get off to a good start, to establish ourselves. Right now, I'm sure that their team and I'm sure that their fans out there all feel that now that that they're going to win the series on their home floor. Just like we were confident that we'd have the ability to close it out tonight on our home floor. Now, what happens when you are a favorite team, as they have been the favorites in every game so far this series, that if you hang around long enough in the fourth quarter, everyone becomes a little bit restless. And so, we hope that we can get in that position where it's a close game in the fourth quarter, and that maybe a little bit more pressure gets added to them. And then, you hope that they maybe play, not to lose instead of playing to win. But hopefully we'll have a good game. It's like I said, this is all of our growing up process.
The feistiness and the talking after the whistles, did you look at that as something that would help fire your team up, or are you trying to steer them away from that?
I don't know if there was as much, there definitely wasn't as much talking as there was in the New York-Miami game, I know that. But I don't know if we were, when when you play against the team 4 times in 6 days, you get sick and tired of walking out on the floor and seeing those guys, It's like I've looked and seen George long enough, he's looked and seen me long enough. So, I think it's, as much as anything, when you're playing against someone so much, it's, it's like you want to play against somebody else. And that's what playoff basketball is. But I don't, I think that the teams are going out, they're competing, we're competing. I don't think anyone is going out there and is being dirty. I think it's been good, clean basketball, competitive basketball.
Midway through the third, they're up 7. Coming out of time, KG hits 3 shots, sets up Hilo for 2 free throws. You're up 3, your big city, right? You take them out, sit them down, and they run.
Right.
Big run. Maybe had.
Well, he was tired. The idea was he'd be able to play the rest of the way, and he'd probably play 40-some minutes. But what happened is he got blood a little time after that, and by the time he got out and got fixed, he missed about 4 minutes of the game, in the fourth quarter. But usually you're not going to win and lose the game in the third quarter. It happens as far as in the fourth, and with the short bench that we have right now, we had to rest him at some point. And even though he was hot, we don't have a lot of big guys up front. At some point, you got to give him, we got to get him some rest. And what you hope to do is, you hope you're not in that situation with 4 minutes to go and all of a sudden he needs 2 minutes in the fourth quarter. So, I mean, it's a catch-22. You'd like to play him 4 to 8 minutes, but our guys, tonight we played a little tired at times, and it's, I think as much as anything, Saturday's going to be, whichever team almost has a lot of will, because we're playing an afternoon game. Both teams got to fly tomorrow for 3.5 hours, so each team's not going to have a lot of preparation time. And then we play in the afternoon, like I said, at 12:30 Seattle time. So it's, it's going to be an early, as far as recovery time.
What was that two-shot foul they called on Peeler for? Who shot?
Well, it was a foul. If you foul before the ball's thrown in, it's an automatic two-shot foul. So the call was if there's a foul, then they administered it right. As far as from that.
Sam Burke, a little more than usual.
I think Sam, he seemed to be dragging his leg a little bit. Hey, our guys, they're giving everything they have. As I told them, I'm proud as hell as what they're doing, and we got to go squeeze out a game in Seattle. And if anyone can do it, how many guys we got now? I don't know, 10 or whatever. Those 11 guys have the ability to go do it.
At any point tonight, did you think of using either Cherokee or Stanley?
We thought a little bit, but the situation is when Hammond's played in there, Hammond's played well. We weren't going to go big against him. Because AP was, was scoring pretty well and TP was playing well, so it was a situation that just decided to, dance with the one you brought. Those are the guys I brought to the dance, so that's who I was going to dance with tonight. Anything else, guys? Thank you.
Kevin Garnett will be in here in a few minutes.
They want me to make changes, want me to make arrangements. No, it's good point. Because they would.
Well, Hershey did a great job. He came out and set the tone. If we can get him to do that every night, it'll be a lot easier for us. He had big shots. He did a lot of good things. He played great defense. If we can keep him active into the ball game like that, I think it'll make it a lot easier for us.
In the first half, you guys were flying double teams on you. In the second half, it looked like you more or less on that.
Well, what we wanted to do is we try to get a disadvantage and get the ball to swing. And we seen Hawk was on fire for a little bit, so they put me on the block so they have to double. And we got him a lot of easy looks. In the second half, we thought we needed to be a little bit more aggressive. We cooled off a little bit, and they were shooting the ball pretty well. So what we did was we tried to attack them, and we started attacking them from the wings.
After seeing him 4 straight games now, what are your thoughts on Stephon Marbury?
I don't critique people. He critique himself. So, we got game 5, and whatever happens, happens.
Do you see Game 5 becoming more physical even than tonight? You were trading, phone numbers with Anthony Peeler there? What happened?
You can call it what you want to call it, but it doesn't make a difference. If he talk to me, I'm going to talk back to him. So, Game 5 is going to be a war. They got to come to Seattle. They got to come in there hungry, and we're going to come out hungry. So whatever happens is going to happen, and we'll see what happens Saturday.
How important is the home court advantage?
Well, they made a big thing about the home court advantage these 2 games. They try to get it all pumped up, and they did their thing to keep it hyper. We're going to go back home and do the same thing. Our fans should get into it just the same way. If we can get our fans hyper just the way they were hyper, it's going to be great. I mean, it doesn't make a difference. I mean, if you're playing well and you get on anybody's court and shoot the ball well and play good defense and play good basketball, you can win anywhere. We got to come out and just make establish that, you know, this is our home court and play hard.
Jerry, it looks like you guys did a lot more bumping and grabbing and being physical this game. Was that missing in the first 3 games?
The first 2 games, it was the second and the third game, it was missing. We wasn't getting calls because we were soft. I mean, they was the one that was hitting us in game 2 and game 3, and we wasn't getting no calls, and it wasn't nothing happening. So we came out and we got physical with them, and we made the referees got to make some calls, and it was a big difference. We went out and got physical, and it paid off to our advantage.
Jerry, the night before, you guys were tied 2-2 in the series. You lost last year. It was 2-2. You guys came out and won. Well, does this all boil down here as far as?
I don't look at the past. This is 1998, 94, and whatever was over. This is a new year. Whatever happens in game 5 is going to happen. Like I said, I'm not thinking about what happened last time. We gonna come out and play hard, and whatever happens, just let it happen.
Jerry, did you think they let people bang each other more tonight, or some guys knocked down the floor, no calls both ways?
Well, I say it like this: if you're gonna establish the game is knocking down, let everybody knock everybody. Don't be one-sided. Be both-sided. If they gonna let us knock them, if they gonna knock us on the floor, let us knock them on the floor. If we gonna play that way, play that way. But don't take sides with nobody. I think it was good. I mean, they did what they had to do. They let everybody hit everybody, and that's what we were supposed to do.
Y'all ready? Oh. Shoot.
Given their playoff history and the fact that you guys are trying virgin territory here, pressure on them?
I've always thought that the pressure's all been on them since, you guys and whomever didn't give us a chance in the beginning. I've always felt like all the pressure's still on them. I've always felt like that, yeah.
What are the keys? One game. What are some things you think about? What do you think?
Just sitting here thinking back, to tonight's game. We just broke down. I felt like we locked in certain situations. We just locked and everything from defense to our transition. I don't know. I felt like despite our bad defense, we were still in the game. So I guess that shows a lot of, on our part, to have a lot of heart and still have the intensity, the uplift to still keep going at it. But when we made mistakes, they keyed on it, and I've always said that about game 1. I think that's what really made that game the way it was, because when we messed up, they just keyed on it.
How much do you and the guys relish the challenge that's out there for you on Saturday, winning that game on the road?
Don't take this the wrong way, but it should be fun. Because we won up there twice, one time in the playoffs, and it's sort of better when everyone's against you. It's sort of, I don't know about the rest of the guys, but it sort of pumps me up a little more because people don't give us a chance. I guess that's why I'm hyped every game, because if not all of you don't give us a chance in this whole thing when we first started. So I feel like that just fuels us. I feel like, the underdog talk and John Sally comments, that fuels us.
Ran off the court, Kevin, with about 4.5 minutes to go. Were you hurt, injured? Did you have to get paid?
Had blood on my uniform and proceeded to get naked. Had to change uniforms.
You like this shot in the fourth quarter?
What'd you say? You bugging out, man. Don't make me laugh.
Kevin Michael said tonight that maybe as a team you wanted too much. Do you think that?
I think we was just concentrating on trying to get it over here. I think we was I don't know. I don't want to say over anxious or over focused or whatever. I don't feel like you can ever be over focused, but we was definitely trying to find that knockout punch, that run, that little spurt that we had, that I felt like we had in Game 3. And when we messed up, man, you know, GP hits a three. You know, I think Dale Ellis his a little baseline jump or something. You know, I felt like they made adjustments from Game 3, and they came out with a hell of a ball game. They won by the skin of their teeth, but they won.
Do you come out faster next game? I mean, you guys fell behind.
Yeah. The first quarter hurt us. You know, I told you guys I felt like they was gonna come out with, you know, like a tornado, and